Great evening to each and every one of you. Lakeisha McKnight is indeed here. I want to welcome you to the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast. I want to thank you so much for being here on this lovely, lovely day here. I'm actually live right now from Norfolk, Virginia, here in the United States of America. Now, the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast is a media outlet connected to a nonprofit based in Chesapeake, Virginia. And the name of the nonprofit is Women of Elevation Career Services International. So what I'm going to do before I dive into anything, any details, the purpose of the podcast, etc., I am going to go ahead and share on social media, but more specifically, I'm going to share on Facebook because we have a community there with a lot of our leaders being present right there. So we want to get them connected. So let's go ahead and let's share, first of all, on my timeline and invite those who are connected to me to join me on this particular platform. So I'm going to go ahead once it clicks in here, we're waiting for technology to catch up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and type in join me now, ladies, as I now all right, Scubber there. All right. So again, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to post this on my timeline. Here we go. And then I'm going to go ahead to the community group. Now, if you want to search for the group on Facebook, you can. All you would simply need to do is go to www.facebook.com/groups/Women of Elevation. So that's how you would go and go directly to us on Facebook for the link itself. Again, that's facebook.com/groups/Women of Elevation. No spaces, no capital letters or anything like that. But if you want to just search for us in the search area of Facebook, you can do that. Just simply put in Women of Elevation. You will find us. Send a request to join the group, and we will let you in. All right? So right now I am going to go ahead there and I'm going to share on that platform to invite the women there to listen in to today's episode. So let me go ahead and do this. And even as I'm sharing this, feel free to share tonight's episode with other women that you know to help them to prepare for elevation. Okay. So we've shared there. Wonderful. All right, so we shared on those particular areas. I am going to share on one last particular area, and that is the podcast fan page. We do have a fan page for the podcast, and sometimes it's good to really go ahead in there and share on that particular platform. That way, those who are following the fan page can also follow along and tap right in to tonight's episode. Okay. There we have it. And for those of you who don't know, the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast is one of two podcasts on the Leadership TKO internet radio station. So because of that, I am going to go to the Leadership TKO internet radio station and share on that platform. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and share there. Perfect. So it looks like we're good right now. So depending on if you can hear me right now and you want to go ahead and confirm, feel free to go ahead and do so at this moment. Hit the little heart button on the Spreaker platform next to the title of the episode. And just lets us know that, number one, you can hear us okay. The audio is good. And then number two, it lets us know that you're enjoying what you're hearing so far. All right. So hit that heart button on the Spreaker platform. That helps us out greatly. All right. So again, I appreciate you all. I thank you so very much for being here on this lovely, lovely day. Depending on where you are, it could be evening, it could be early morning where you are, but we appreciate you and we thank you so very much. All right. So the purpose of this podcast, the Revitalize the Total Woman podcast, is to empower women like yourselves with the tools to be able to create, relate, and elevate. And those are the three core areas of the nonprofit. Now, for those of you who are new to this podcast, during the first 4 months of the year, we focus on helping women to create products, create services. The next 4 months is dedicated to relate, the second core area. And this is where we're helping women to develop strong personal and professional relationships. And then the last 4 months of the year, what do? We prepare you to elevate. That's right. We touch on topics that's deeply rooted in helping you to move forward with your life. And so that's what we're doing now, because now we're reaching the end of November, right? We're about to walk into the month of December, and we're going to cover yet another small topic connected to elevation. But I am happy to share with you, I'm going to share with you a little bit of the advertisement we've made for our grand event, our grand conference of the year that's going to be taking place this Saturday, December 2nd, from 2 to 6 p.m. All right, that's our awards conference. And so we're going to share with you a little bit of the audio, and hopefully you'll be able to hear it good. But we're going to actually allow the audio to play as we close out tonight's podcast episode, because this is the final episode of the week right before our conference this Saturday. All right. So one great thing we're going to try to do is we're going to have a host that's going to be a part of our media team for Saturday. We're going to allow her to go live during a portion of the event. And that's going to be awesome because you're going to get some tidbits, some sneak little peeks into the event that we're having this Saturday. So you don't want to miss being somewhere nearby this particular podcast platform, because we're going to try to go live several times. And also make sure you're in the group, because we're definitely going to be posting social media tidbits, whether it's videos, pictures, and a whole lot more. Okay, so tonight we're wrapping up this particular month, actually, and talking about purpose, and how finding your purpose is going to help you to prepare for elevation. So we talked about 5 questions you might want to answer to yourself. That's really going to help you to get ready and get prepared for elevation. But I am going to give you some more questions during this episode to kind of wrap things up. So let me go. I'm going to go and get my list of questions here. So if you give me a second, I'm going to grab those. Okay, so I have them up here. So if you hopefully have a notepad and a pen, and you can write these down, because we're just going to go ahead with the last set here. All right, so the 7th question that you're going to want to ask yourself, actually the 6th, there we go. The 6th question that you're going to want to ask yourself to discover your passion and your purpose is, what topics turn you on? There are some certain topics that, you just get bubbly inside and you feel good, to talk about. You can talk about it, just flow with it. And I believe for me, it's leadership and speaking. I know I actually see speaking as just a small fraction of leadership. And so that's the reason why in my brand Leadership TKO, I focus on speaking as one of the elements, because I think it's a part of leadership. Okay. In order to truly lead, you have to communicate. You have to convey a message. And so I feel very passionately about leadership. And so what is that for you? What topics turn you on? Begin to write down those passion areas, those passion topics that you feel most deeply about. Number 7, how can you add value to the lives of others in a way that is enjoyable for you? So think about that topic then, maybe 2 topics that you wrote down on that previous question. And then think about the ways in which you can add value that's also enjoyable for you. So how can you add value to for others based on those topics that you enjoy the most? What can you do? Number 8, how can you begin to move in the direction of your dreams, even if you're still unclear? How can you begin to move? I know there are various ways you can begin to move. I can give you a couple of suggestions. Number 1, you can grab yourself a mentor, invest in your craft, get training, always try to stay on the cutting edge of what's going on in your industry. I'm still trying to stay on the cutting edge of the industry of speaking and leadership. Okay. And so everyone should do the same. And that's how you can move in the direction. Get connected to people who are already there. Some people used to call it shadowing. If you want to call it that, if you want to call it mentorship, do what you need to do to be in the place where you want to be. So for example, if you want to be a best-selling author, connect with someone who's been there. If you want to speak and travel internationally, connect with someone who's been there and done that. Number 9, how will it feel once you finally have clarity about your purpose? How will it feel? Describe how you would feel. I mean, sometimes it's good to just close your eyes and begin to imagine, what will it feel like to know that you're traveling from this place to that place, empowering lives? Depending on what it is that you want to do. You might not want to travel internationally. You might want to just do it in your local community. But either way, what does that look like for you? How does it feel? You have to provide feeling type of words. Do you feel happy? Do you feel excited? Do you feel jubilant? What is it that you feel? And then number 10, how can you allow your truth to shine more? I see your truth as your authenticity, your real self. How can you allow it to shine more so that people will just see that, man, that this is her. I can connect with her. I just see this is the real her. And I love who she is, or I love who he is, if you're a he listening to this, right? So think about the answers to these questions, all 10 of them that we've gone over this week. This is going to help you to discover your purpose and your passion, and then ultimately help you to elevate as you're moving forward into the new year. So my sister, even as I'm talking to you right now, we're preparing to exit. I do know there are a couple of things that I want to get you in preparation to do. And I do see that we do have Janine Harrod Brown on the platform, and we want to greet her. Thank you so much, Janine, for being here on tonight. All right. But as I mentioned, I am going to close out by allowing you to hear our tidbit of a promo for our Elevate event. So if you can make it out there, we would love to see you there. You would simply go to elevate-live.com to learn more about this exciting awards conference of the year here in the Hampton Roads area of Virginia. So I thank you so much. And remember, we're going to try to go live several times on this Saturday during the event. We're going to continue, of course, on, Lord willing, we will continue on next week, starting on Tuesday at 8:00 p.m. We'll probably give you some after effects of the conference event and transition into our new topic for the month of December. We may be also doing something amazing. Ideas continue to flow in my mind, and I definitely want to pray about the ideas before I put it out there. But I'm thinking sort of along the lines of a marathon and allowing other empowerment speakers, people that empower women, to come on and empower you. So I'm thinking about how to make this work. So definitely stay tuned. We'll give you more information soon enough. So I'm going to be praying about that. But until then, ladies, my sisters, definitely come back here and remain connected. Always visit the website too. Let me throw that in there. If you haven't visited the website, be sure to do that. It's womenofelevation.com. And we're going to be trying to do more on that site too, through the podcast we have here and also through our blog. Believe it or not, we do have a blog for the nonprofit. We're going to try to get that going as well. So I appreciate each and every one of you. I thank you so dearly. Thank you so much. And here is our promo for the Elevate 2017 event. If it wants to play. It might not want to play for us. Hold on a second. You're going to try to get it to play. But as I mentioned before, you can definitely go to elevate-live.com for tickets, for details. We look forward to Shanice Macklin Collins as being the inspirational speaker, a part of the event. I also want to share that we have a keynote speaker coming from Nigeria, Africa. She's also going to be present, Lord willing. We did hear that some things have happened on her end. A loss of a loved one, unfortunately. So we definitely want to make sure that she's doing okay. So please keep her in prayer along with others connected to the event so that they can get here safely and so that you can get here safely, ultimately. Because if you're going to be on your way, if you're going to be in the building, we want you to get here safely. So as soon as it starts playing, we're going to wrap it up. And hopefully it'll play right now. It looks like it's going to play. So give us a second and we'll get going. see. Refreshing our screen. Women around the world sometimes struggle because they have many roles that they play in. And of course, life. It loves to be funny while we're trying to go live and share with you the promo. And career. And it's being really choppy. Professional. But there is So we're not going to do that. We want to make sure that you're able to see it clearly and hear it clearly. But just note that we are going to place the link. And if you get connected to me on Facebook, you'll definitely be able to check it out. And then also on Instagram. We're going to try to keep the Instagram link in the description area. That way you can check out some of our images and our videos and such. So we're also going to try to add the Instagram link and also our community group link in every podcast episode here with the Revitalize the Total Women podcast. So again, thank you so much, everyone. I don't want this technology to hold us up from moving forward. I wanted to play it, but it's not really coming in as clearly as I would want it to be. I think it needs to process and all that stuff when it comes to the internet. But thank you so very much. Be blessed. And hopefully we'll be speaking with you a little bit throughout the weekend during the Elevate 2017 conference. Take care.